Hello. Hope you all had a really great Christmas and a very, very happy New Year, I guess. Mine was a bit weird. Obviously, losing a family member at this time of year is going to throw a dampener on the celebrations, if you will, I guess. That's what I'm trying to say. So yeah, hope you all had lots of awesome movies for Christmas, and hope you all got absolutely pissed up off your face over New Year's. I, on New Year's, was unfortunately stuck in work, so I couldn't really celebrate until I got home. Luckily, I got home about 10:30 in the evening, so managed to have a drink and a little bit of a celebration with my brother, which was pretty cool. But that's not what I'm here to talk about. I know it's been a while since, I say a while, it's been nearly 2 weeks, it's been 11 days or so since I did the last video. That's because we've been trying to sort out all the stuff with my mum, and that's not been the most exciting time. But the reason I'm doing this video today is because on Facebook I was going through a page that a group that I'm a member of, which is a DVD and Blu-ray collectors group, and I came across a comment which really fucking riled me up the wrong way. It gave me the idea for this video, actually, and it's also something that I really want to talk about anyway. Does the film really matter when you're collecting movies? Because the comment that I found seems to think that no, the movie doesn't matter. And that's what riled me up. And that's what fucking pissed me off. So, on this group, yes, it's a DVD and Blu-ray collectors group. So people share photos of their collections, of their new acquisitions, I guess, to their collection. I've got a few. I had a few for Christmas. I don't know if you can see, I had the Star Wars Skywalker Saga for Christmas. There is the regular Star Wars Blu-ray. And I also had this awesome collection from Arrow, which is very, very cool. Although this one comes in just a slipcase, which I'm fine with because it fits better on the shelf and doesn't have that stupid box top. And the reason I wanted this was basically for Arena and Robot Jocks. So there's that Star Wars and stuff, which is why I wanted to also talk about why movies matter when you're collecting. So yeah, so people always show their stuff that they're buying or they've bought and stuff like that. Now, some of the members were posting screenshots of the movies they were watching, which is fair. I mean, if you're into movies, then you should be able to, if you post a screenshot of a movie that you're watching and say, hey, this is the 4K Top Gun Maverick, watching Top Gun Maverick on 4K Blu-ray, that should be fine. But there was this comment underneath one post about posting screenshots, and this is what I wrote this down because I took a screenshot on my phone, and I'm recording this on my phone, so I can't actually access the screenshot. So I was like, you know what? I'll write it down. Now this is the comment. The comment is, I think we should understand that this is a Blu-ray and DVD collectors group first. It is not a film group. Now that was where I started to get fucking pissed off. It is not a film group. There are plenty of other groups that cater to movie enthusiasts. Again, this is where I'm starting to get fucked off. Of course, films and DVDs and Blu-rays are closely related. But admins of this group want the collecting of the discs to be the principal purpose of this group. So I'll read this all the way through again. I think we should understand that this is a Blu-ray and DVD collectors group first. It is not a film group. There are plenty of other groups that cater to movie enthusiasts. Of course, films, DVDs, and Blu-rays are closely related, but the admins of this group want the collecting of the discs to be the principal purpose of this group. The collecting of the discs being the principal purpose of the group is a fair comment to make. I understand that. It's called a DVD and Blu-ray collectors group. Where I get pissed off is it is not a film group. What comes on Blu-rays and DVDs and Laserdiscs and VHS and UMD and HD DVD? Fucking movies. Any group that has people who are enthusiastic about a media, be it video games, be it films, be it music, should always 100% be about the content, not the product. Always. There are plenty of other groups that cater to movie enthusiasts. Well, if you're not a movie enthusiast, why the fuck are you buying Blu-rays? Why? Wasting money on things you don't, by the sound of things, give a shit about. So why spend your money on Blu-rays and DVDs if you're not a movie enthusiast? I don't get the whole thing. This is why you watch all these YouTube videos of people showing off their collections and stuff like that. And I've done it myself. I've got an hour long video of me going through my Blu-ray collection. I didn't even do the whole collection because it was an hour long. And I looked at it and I was just like, you know what? I love movies. But it annoys me when people only buy movies because they say or they think that they're doing a service to physical media. They buy it because it's physical media. It's the same with, I've got action figures. I had this for Christmas. It is the Boba Fett Droids variant Black Series, because Boba Fett is my favourite character from Star Wars. Next to Boba Fett, I have normal Boba Fett. Normal, non-variant Boba Fett. I also have the Boba Fett Lego helmet. I sort of collect figures. Most specifically Star Wars figures, and I've got some Funko Pops, as you can see up here. But they're from specific films that I love. So I've got the Rocketeer, Axel Foley, Boba Fett, Doc and Marty from Back to the Future, Biff from Back to the Future, and Charlie from the Mighty Ducks, because I'm a massive Mighty Ducks fan. I wore a Mighty Ducks jersey in one of the videos a couple of weeks ago. I also have Lego brickheads of Marty McFly. If you look at this, it has a tiny little Marty McFly Lego figure on it. I'm just covering all the light here. I have a Mandalorian, and I have Baby Grogu. I also have Batman, which is why I've got multiple Batman figures. So I have this cheapo Batman figure, and I have these slightly more expensive McFarlane DC, can't remember what they were called, figures. And these cost me quite a bit of money. I say quite a bit of money, they didn't. They cost about 25 quid each. So there's one Batman. And there's the other Batman, because I'm a big Batman fan. But all of these figures are out of the packaging. Oh yeah, these are like original Thundercats figures as well from the 1980s. I've even got a Burble. I did have Lion-O, but he broke. Somewhere in this room, in a bag, is Wily Kit and Wily Cat, and I think I have Chitara as well. But what I'm getting at with this is, these are all things that mean something to me. These figures, and as usual, I've got 5 films because that is apparently my format now. I have 5 films on Blu-ray that I'm going to talk about. Very, very well-known films. Some, I think there's maybe one newer. No, these aren't. I don't think there's any newer films here. I don't tend to buy new releases because most of the movies that come out these days are crap. You have to excuse me. Like, I haven't seen. I've watched barely any movies this year that were released this year. John Wick 4 and Extraction 2 are probably the top echelon of the movies that I watched this year. I've listened to a lot more music and I played a lot more video games, so that's probably why. But the reason I wanted to talk about why I think why the movies should matter, and if you collect physical media, you should also have a love for cinema. Now, I'm not talking, you don't have to have a love for every single genre. You don't have to be obsessed with world cinema, or obsessed with action movies, or obsessed with horror movies, or obsessed with romantic comedies, or Iranian women's issue movies, or Australian westerns. You can love a broad spectrum of movies, of cinema, and like have that love. So that comment of it is not a film group kind of pissed me off, because it is a film group. You say it's not a film group, but Blu-rays, physical media are films. So if you're not interested in a film, why spend your money on something that you're not interested in? So I've got a series of films that I'm going to talk about, and I'm going to explain why I hate the word, I'm a cinephile. Why I love movies. So the first one, like I said, these are all films everybody knows, is right, the first Terminator movie from 1984. Why did I choose the first Terminator movie? Because I've watched it lots and lots and lots, and I love it. Now, why would I buy this if I didn't give a shit about it? If I didn't care about it? If I didn't know anything about the movie? So, this was made in 1984. It was made for a budget of $4 million, right? 1984. I think it was 4 million, 4 to 6 million, I think it was. It wasn't a lot of money. Arnold Schwarzenegger wasn't the original choice to play the Terminator. That was actually Lance Henriksen, who ended up playing the police officer in the film. Stan Winston designed the I think it's a T100 in this, or T100 in this. The special effects makeup designer Stan Winston designed the Terminator exoskeleton or endoskeleton. Which one? It would be endo because it's inside, not exo. There is a little role at the beginning of this for Bill Paxton and Brian James. Is it Brian James? No, Brian James is the one from other things. Oh shit, what's his name? He's the dude from the axe killer from Cobra. Well, him. He's in it as well. That's information that you should know when you're watching a film. Well, maybe not the whole. I'm a massive movie nerd, so I have a ridiculous brain for movie trivia, but there's stuff you should know about these movies, which is why you should be buying them. You should know stuff about films when you buy them, or you should learn about stuff after you buy them once you've watched them. That's what the whole point of Blu-rays is. Now, if you're buying a Blu-ray and you're leaving it sealed on a shelf because you think it's going to increase in value, that's not really being a collector. That's someone who is trying to make a business, but playing the long game, the long con, as they say. So that's Terminator. I love Terminator. I know stuff about Terminator. Another one, Alfred Hitchcock's North by Northwest. Awesome film, fantastic finale, great score, just amazing movie. Cary Grant, Eva Marie Saint, and James Mason, just so good. In fact, I really want to watch this again now. The ending on Mount Rushmore is absolutely fantastic, and it's just one of the most exciting, also kind of funny, I want to say chase movies, but with I don't know, it's like a romantic chase movie, espionage. It's a weird one, but it's such a good movie. The Mount Rushmore ending on North by Northwest is absolutely amazing. Cary Grant plays a man called Roger O'Thornhill, and he's a victim of mistaken identity, and it's very, very good. So this is what I'm saying. So you could be a lover of movies and just love every aspect of cinema and buy your Blu-rays so you can watch them instead of just sitting there like saying to camera or writing online that it is not a film group. There are other groups that cater to film enthusiasts. When you're on a page that promotes films, but on a specific format. So does the movie matter? Yeah, of course it fucking matters. If we didn't have movies, you wouldn't have fucking Blu-rays or DVDs. It should always be the content, not the product. Always. Again, another film. I fucking love this movie. It's Conan the Barbarian. Directed by John Milius, written by Oliver Stone, starring Arnold Schwarzenegger. I just realised I chose 2 Arnold Schwarzenegger movies. The Basil Poldaris score is incredible. It's just such a good fucking film. The sequel, it's not so good. But if I've got the first one, I've got to have the second one. So I need because I'm a nerd. You need Conan the Barbarian and Conan the Destroyer. You do not, however, need to buy the remake of Conan with Jason Momoa, because even though he was a decent Conan, it's a shit film. So Conan the Barbarian is a fantastic film. It was the film that Arnold Schwarzenegger made before Terminator that sort of kind of made him big, but not big. It was only Terminator that made him like huge star. He'd done a few films beforehand. He'd shown up in what was it? The Long Goodbye with Elliot Gould, and what was the other thing he did? There was a film he made with Kirk Douglas. I can't remember off the top of my head what it is now, because obviously I don't script these videos. I just come up with an idea and I just riff. So I can't remember 100% what the name of the film is. I can remember the name of his character. The name of his character was called The Handsome Stranger. But it was sort of like a live action Looney Tunes movie. I think I may have mentioned it before. And then obviously after Terminator, you had like Commando and Raw Deal, and then Red Heat, and obviously Terminator 2. Total Recall. It was clearly Terminator that made him massive. Oh, I forgot Running Man as well. What was that? Running Man. Oh, this movie's so badass. Now, oddly enough, being such a huge fan of Arnold Schwarzenegger, I don't actually own Commando. I own it on DVD. Then, another film, which, like, I wouldn't own it if I didn't love the movies, is the Time Machine, the original George Pal version of the Time Machine, starring Rod Taylor and Yvette Mimieux. This film, I grew up on this film. This is what desensitized me, essentially, to screen violence. My mum used to make me, allow me to watch this. When I came home from, the first, when you're in primary school and you do, like, infants, I guess it is, when you do, like, a half a day. So I'd come home and my mum would let me watch this. Bear in mind, I would only be about 5 or 6. And she said every time the Morlocks spat blood, or there's a bit where Rod Taylor's character, George, pushes a Morlock against a rock. He hits his head and then blood comes down out of his mouth. My mum always said, don't get scared. It's not real. It's just tomato sauce or ketchup. And ever since then, I've absolutely adored this film. I think the score is incredible. Like, it's so good. I'm trying to remember the name of the guy who did the score now. But it's fantastic. Like, the music is fantastic. It works really well. It's got Alan Young in it. Alan Young did the voice of Scrooge McDuck in DuckTales. It's just very, very, very good. It also has fantastic special effects for what I think is 1960? Yeah, 1960 this was made. And, like, oh God, it's so good. It's so good. So that's the Time Machine. This is an old movie. I mean, this is older. North by Northwest was made in 1959, and you'd swear it was a mid-60s movie. It's because Hitchcock was such a good director and had such a great visual eye that his movies look amazing. Same with George Pal. George Pal's eye for detail. Although, it says he directed this, but I think it was co-directed with him and someone else, but I can't remember his name right now. So that's the Time Machine. The movie fucking matters. This is a great release as well. This is a really good release. This is from the Warner Premiere Collection, and it's look at it. And I know I said I don't care about packaging. I like nice releases. I mean, this has got the DVD and the Blu-ray, and it also has these really nice Warner Brothers commemorative or promotional, what do they call them, postcards, I guess. Yeah, these are really nice, and it's even on the inside. You've got artwork on the inside. You've got the machine that George creates, and obviously it's based on H.G. Wells's novel, The Time Machine. Which also, I'm not a huge reader, but I have read War of the Worlds, and it's fantastic. In fact, I like War of the Worlds so much, I also own another copy of this. I own it on DVD, and I also own the Jeff Wayne War of the Worlds live Blu-ray, and the Jeff Wayne War of the Worlds on CD, on double CD, which I think was the original recording with Phil Lynott from Thin Lizzy, and I think the Blu-ray may be Liam Neeson doing the voiceover instead of Richard Burton. I'm not 100% sure. I cannot remember. So the last film I want to talk about is, again, this is a film I grew up with. This is a film I love, and this is probably one of the most stunning Blu-rays I'd seen at the time. It's The Never-Ending Story, yo. Theme song by Lamal. Bad Hair, great song. The Never-Ending Story is amazing. Directed by Wolfgang Petersen. Also written by him and Herman Weigel. It's very German. It stars Barrett Oliver, who, if you don't know, is in a film as well from the 1980s called Daryl, which is D.A.R.Y.L. It's like an acronym. It means Data Analyzing Robot Youth Lifeform. That's how much of a fucking nerd I am. I remembered that. I remember what the acronym for Daryl stood for. He's a little robot boy who can fly fucking snipe, what they call those jets, like, that are invisible to radar. Stealth bomber. That's the one. Stealth bomber. It's got a great Teddy Pendergrass song at the end as well. This is the thing. This is what I'm talking about. This is why I'm fucking doing this video. Because this is the knowledge. This is the stuff. I wouldn't know about that. Well, I probably would have because I saw it a lot when I was a kid. But this is information that I know about a film because I care about the film. And I have the DVD. And I've watched the DVD. And it's stuff that I remembered because I care about the content that is in the product. Neverending Story. Fantastic movie. Again. Like, I care about the product. I care about the content, not just the product. So, if you're buying a Blu-ray because it's a limited edition made out to about, what was it, maybe 5,000 copies or something, and you don't give a shit about the fucking movie, but you need to have it in your collection because you're a physical media collector, go fuck yourself. You have no right to buy movies. You have no right to spend your hard-earned cash on something you don't give a fuck about. No, I think that's unfair. And these people who are just like pre-ordering these movies, but they don't really care about it. So, say something comes out, say Powerhouse release a film, and it's limited to 2,500 copies, and it's like a special limited edition one. And they want it because it's a Powerhouse release, and it's limited to only 2,500 copies. But they don't really know anything about the movie, they don't care about the movie, but the artwork and the fact that it is limited to 2,500 copies is what will make them then spend their money on it. There's a really good video, and I'm not having a go at this guy at all because I fucking love his videos. It is Man vs. Film, or Man v Film. He spent quite a bit of money on a collector's box of Tarantino's Inglourious Bastards. He even said it was probably the biggest waste of money. I think he said waste of, I can't remember if it was waste of money, but he bought this like Xavi exclusive like Inglourious Bastards set. I can't remember how much he paid. I think he managed to get an offer on it. I think he managed to get it for like $39.99 or $29.99. And then I saw someone else on the same Blu-ray 4 or the Blu-ray group with the same product who'd paid $90 for it or 90 quid for it. That's madness. That's madness. But does he care enough about the movie to spend 90 quid on a set that like you don't necessarily need? Again, this is going back to the last video, well, not the last video, the previous video, why I don't really care about packaging. I love packaging. I love it when it's really nice. But I also love it when a film just gets a release. Like I pointed out before, my entire Powerhouse collection, all my Powerhouse movies, they're just the standard releases because they're in a 3 for £25 or 3 for 20 offer, where I can get the films that are exactly the same. Look, I've got Force 10 to Navarone. Yes, it's sealed because it's quite new. I say that in every video when I like grab a sealed copy. Force 10 from Navarone. It's a good film. Well, it's not a good film. It's an okay film. Good cast. Robert Shaw, Harrison Ford, Franco Nero. Like, yeah, it's a decent movie. It's a decent war film. Maybe not as good as The Guns of Navarone, which is pucker. Like, I think this was $29.99 when it came out on the limited edition. It came out in a hard box. I don't care about the hard box. I just want a standard release of a movie with a 4K restoration or a 2K restoration, but with the exact same features. Another film that I really, really wanted to get, but I didn't care if it was in a limited edition, special edition, ultra edition. I just wanted a high definition copy of it. Is The Damned, another great British sci-fi film from the 1960s with Shit, what's his name? Oliver Reed. It's so good. Going through it again. John Carpenter's Christine. Fucking awesome movie. This came out in a super duper ultra amazing limited edition from Powerhouse. I used to own the Region A Scream Factory release on Blu-ray, but I sold it because, like I said in previous videos, that Blu-ray player fucking died on me, so I couldn't play it anymore. This was in a 5 for £40 offer. Why am I not going to get it? Fritz Lang, The Big Heat. Again, I think this came out in a limited box set, or a limited box edition. Every video I drop a fucking DVD. It came out in a limited edition. Again, I got this in the 3 for £20 offer. It's a standard edition. And it's fine. This is all I need. I need a high definition release of it. Because I don't care about the packaging when it comes to movies. I just want the film. And that is what pissed me off so much about that comment on that group about it. About DVDs, Blu-rays and films being closely related. No, they're not closely related. They are direct descendants of movies. Without the movie, you wouldn't have a Blu-ray or a DVD or a VHS or a Laserdisc or a UMD or a HD DVD or a Betamax or streaming. So without movies, these wouldn't exist. So stop being a little bitch and moaning about how you don't want people to be posting screenshots from the Blu-rays or the DVDs or the 4Ks that they're watching, because all you care about is the packaging of a movie you don't give a fuck about. Movies should matter. Movies should matter more than the packaging. It's simple. These exist because of cinema. Without cinema, these are empty shelves. It's the content, not the product, that should matter. Now I'm running out of time, so happy 2024. It's 3:30 in the morning. I've got to be in work tomorrow. Just think about it. Just think about what I said. Love movies. Love physical media. Together. Not one or the other. So I'm going to do what I do every video. Throw up the peace sign. And I'm out. Peace out.